Okay, I think I've included it. Ah, Tracy Jacobi, nice one, nice one. Nice to see you here. You are the first that I saw here. Nice one. Yeah, I had an encounter just now that I found quite baffling. I will play the video again so you see. We were having a conversation. I was having a conversation with a Nigerian about the tax bill, and but the conversation I joined the stream on was talking about investments and why there are no investments in Nigeria. And we were talking about it. Then we went on to start talking about tax bill, and this was on a different channel. Then suddenly this guy just came on, a Nigerian too, of that matter, say, "Oh, you come here and start talking about Nigeria," and then cussed us out and just ended the stream. So I was like, this one is weird because it's a strange behavior. Do you tell people what to talk about now? And if you wanted us to discuss a specific topic, why not just ask us to discuss a specific topic? There was no moderator. We thought the entire stream was already like chilling out and everybody was relaxed, Sunday morning conversation. So me and this guy were just going to and fro about this stuff. Then he just came on, cussed us out, and ended the stream. And it begs the question. As a matter of fact, it's quite an important question. It turns out, actually. Ronokus. It turns out to be an important question in the end, because who decides what we talk about? Is it based on current events? Is it based on what is important to us at the time, what we believe is important to us at the time? Is that what we talk about? And if that is the case, then why should somebody decide that we are not allowed to talk about it? Or is it what the rich decide that we talk about? Or is it what if somebody owns a platform? I guess you can argue that if somebody owns a platform, they can decide that they talk about whatever they like, and you can't tell them what not to talk about. It will be interesting to get an idea of where the balance is. Especially, okay, let me put it this way. What if there is no moderation? You are on a platform and you're having a conversation with your fellow Nigerians, Americans, whatever, British. There is no moderation. You're having your conversation. Is it not based on what you people feel like is important to you to have to discuss about? You shouldn't be restricted from talking about whatever you want to talk about, especially when there's no moderation. Nobody's telling you to talk about something else. So I don't understand what I just experienced today. Whether it's just out of some just, I don't know. People are strange. People are really strange. I find people very strange sometimes. For no reason, just start coming out here to cuss us out. Let me see if I can find the video of that cuss fest, whatever you want to call it. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I find that weird. It's just a short.
Welcome.
Where the cussing happened was just towards the end. Let me see. And this is a Nigerian that did it. So in Nigeria, just talking as if talking about Nigeria is a pejorative thing. I noticed that he was not on stage. He was not on stage. He just came on and did what he did. Let me see. Let me see if I can play it again.
Emotionally crying here on this platform. I don't care.
It's emotionally.
It's not creating a free trade zone.
What are you talking about?
Lagos for having the first time to do
you know what you are doing? You are just trying to drag me into the mud that you live in.
No, because it's not mud. Because what you are doing is that
you want to. You want
to paint.
You asked me to analyze the bill. You asked me to analyze the bill.
I see.
So you want me to lie to you? I should not tell you that bill that says small business SMEs are going to get so and so benefits. I'm telling you because I know the numbers of businesses that are in Lagos.
So you Nigerians come in here, take the conversation from a general point to some obscure solipsistic bullshit about Nigerian taxes and Nigeria this, Nigeria that. You ignore questions from the other panelists. Complete lack of self-awareness and worst of all, boring as fuck. Get the fuck out of here.
So that is the video there. It's like he just came, insulted us, ended the stream. You notice that he wasn't even on stage. He just came and decided that he was going to do whatever he liked with the stream. I was like, why treat people like that? If you don't like the conversation, why not ask us to change the conversation? And who gave you the Okago TV? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, who decides what you talk about anymore? If people are to behave like this, and I think this type of behavior, we have to decide which one is acceptable. Is it because you own a platform, you have a right to treat people like trash and tell them and insult them? Insult them for not doing, just being boring to you. Just insult them for not being boring to you. We are having a conversation that we thought was engaging between us because we're asking each other pertinent questions. And he just came out, no, it's not good for you to talk about this stuff. Get out of here. And he just insulted us on top of it. For the life of me, I don't understand why people will do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I can't understand it. Maybe because it's just their way anyway. They think that is the way to be. People have their own thing that gets them off, I guess. Personally, I don't subscribe to that. I don't believe that you necessarily need to rub people's face in that you tell them what to talk about. And even if he had said, okay, this is the topic that we are discussing, this is what we need to discuss because this is what you came for, then I'll be fine. And when I came on the platform, they were literally talking about Nigeria. What am I supposed to do? Not talk about Nigeria. They were literally talking about Nigeria. So I came when I was like, this is about Nigeria, this is an investment. So I started asking the guy a question, why is the Nigerian government not investing? Why do you think, and all the rest? It was quite funny and, in a jovial way until he got to the tax bill. Then I started telling them that, the tax bill, if it says that SMEs are going to get tax breaks from the government, which is a good thing to do, but you also have to admit that most of the SMEs are in Lagos. So don't pretend as if that is not the case. And that's what I was trying to tell the guy. Do you want me to tell you otherwise, that the SMEs are not there? You have to see that from other people's point of view, they don't have any interest in that. And if they don't have any interest in that, try to give them a reason to sign on to it. It's not about saying, Lagos is better, so why should they not accept it? No, yeah, they should, but they won't. They would. That's the problem. Just because you tell the people to accept it doesn't mean they will accept it. If it's not in their interest, they won't accept it. So it's very, very interesting behavior. He's a coward with a photo of a. No. He's not. It's not a white man. No, he's a Nigerian. No, he's just albino. He's not a white man. He's a Nigerian. That's his photo, actually. That's his photo. And just in case, he's not hiding anything. Everything you see there is him. He's not hiding anything. So let's get that one straight. So I just find that weird that sometimes people have trouble following the truth of things. Like you tell them this is what is going to happen. The other side is not going to like it. You have to give them something that makes them want to sign on to it. It's just how life works. Politics is everything in every society. You have to know how to massage people so that they can agree with what you want. Sometimes you don't get your way. I even told him, I don't care whether the bill passes or it doesn't pass. The important thing is, because from what he told me, he said the tax bill is not, I don't know whether it's correct actually. I'm not sure he knows what he's saying. He said the tax bill is not even designed to raise more money. The tax bill, then what is the point of the tax bill if it's not designed to raise more money? Just to rearrange the deck on the on the Titanic. No, not on the Titanic. Nigeria is not Titanic, by the way. And that is what they misspeak, if you want to call it that way. So I'll keep it like that. So I'm struggling to understand this. Anybody in the chat can give me an idea. Tell me, how do we decide what to talk about? Is it based on current events? Based on challenges that we are facing, based on what the rich decides for us. This alpha beta, you see, this is what I told the guy. I told him people are thinking that this is a form of alpha beta. I don't know why people don't have empathy. I don't understand it. You can't see from the other person's point of view. I told him this is what they are thinking. And if you look at now, you just told me that that bill has a provision in there to give SMEs tax break. From the point of view of the Northerners, they are not exactly very entrepreneurial, opening small SME businesses everywhere compared to the South, not to mention Southwest. You know the people that are going to gain most from this. They are going to see that it's not their priority. They don't want tax to be imposed on their people. So I just felt like if you want them to sign on to it, convince them, give them a reason to sign on to it. Because so far, if they are opposing it, it's because the government have not given them enough reason to agree to it. And this is a democracy. If you have to pass a law and the Senate and the House of Assembly decides that they're not going to agree with it, so be it. It's not by force. Reality and interest. Reality and interest. What does that mean, Star Wars? You can explain that to me because I'm not very sure what reality and interest means. If you explain that to me, I will engage on that. I know for sure some people don't feel comfortable with the bill. Personally, it's neither here or there. If it's not designed to raise more money, it's neither here or there for me. I wish it was raising more money. What is the point of changing tax bill if you're not going to get more money from it? Because I want the federal government to have more money to spend for the country. And if the federal government raise more money, because they are able to raise more money, they can be able to leverage it to get more credit. And when we can get more credit, we can be able to do more projects in Nigeria. That is how most Western nations functions. Most of them is run on credit, really. And the reason why they have credit is because they can consistently raise money from the taxpayers. That's how systems work. So if you want me to support this bill head on, right now I'm not against it. I'm not forced because I don't think it's changing that much. But if you tell me now that it's going to raise more money, I will support it. Even if it's going to affect me, I operate in Nigeria too. Even if it's going to affect me, I don't care, because I think the federal government needs to be able to raise more money so that they can be able to repair a lot of infrastructure in Nigeria, be able to pay people more, and be able to maintain the country better. And if that happens, next time, Dirty December will be double Dirty December. Then after that one, it will be triple Dirty December. Soon, it's not going to be triple Dirty December anymore. It's going to be triple January, triple February, and Nigeria economy is going to be doing better and better. Hey, how dare you? How dare you? You see, I just slept. I was, as I'm here right now, I'm sleeping. I do sleep. Oh. You know what? For some weird reason, I didn't feel very sleepy. I think it's because I slept before the show yesterday. So, and I was awake. I think normally I can be awake for 12 straight hours easy. So the sleep is going to hit me after this session. I'm not going to stay long. The sleep is going to hit me. Then I'll go and chill out. So it's a very serious question that is more suited to people talking about it, who decide what we can talk about and what is important and what is not. I think the art of deciding what we talk about is something that I think, people that stream videos, even like Dr. Damages now, he decides the topics, isn't he, based on what is going on out there. So, and if you pick the right kind of discussion, your audience will either gain a lot more from it or will just gain a little, just very little. Sometimes just waste their time. A lot of videos online are total waste. A lot of video you see online, many of them, I think on average 50% or more of them that you see on YouTube are just a waste of your time. You will never use that knowledge for anything. You just have it in your brain and it's going to be there and disappear with you. So what is the use of that information? And some of the information is even redundant. It's just repeating itself. And sometimes I am one of them. I fall for that too. Man, this is a sickness. So YouTube is a sickness. You go online sometimes, you watch one video, the video takes you to another one. The algorithms keep dragging. Before you know it, you spend 30 minutes to an hour just watching those things. You mean to wonder, what did I just do? All this knowledge I just gained, am I going to use them for anything? Who decides what you see? What we see these days is often decided by the cloud billionaires now. They are the ones deciding. And have you heard what? Let me play this video. Actually, that's interesting because this also ties into this thing. Meta did recently. Meta, this thing. Well, let me see whether I can pull it up. You know, Meta decided that they are not going to curate comments and posts on Facebook anymore. So that is something that came down recently. So just as people decide what you can talk about, you can also look at it from the point of view, how do you even know what is true? Even when you, what is it that you are looking at, consuming, that is true or false? These things are quite important questions, because if you think about it, when I was growing up, Nigeria, all I kept hearing is that, oh, we need to fix our economy. We need to deal with education. This is how everything is going to be fixed. It's like, but I asked myself, we've been talking about this for a long time. Why was it never done? Why was it never fixed? It tells you that something is missing then. It's been missing for a long time, because if for 60 straight years we still haven't been able to figure out a simple problem like that, it means there's something we are not talking about. This is where the question of who decides what we talk about. Maybe our societies have been conditioned to talk about certain things only, like how they want to break the country up, like how we have to fix our education system, because they are all those things. While we are talking about all those things, we are going to be missing what is the most important things. Like when I table the discussion about security, how many times, if you go back in our history, have you seen somebody talk about security like that? I, for one, can't remember one person that decided that our security is very, very important. We have to deal with this. I've not had one person. It's always about political issues. Once, whether we want to break up the country or whether we want to cheat this side or cheat that side, that's all we talk about. And who decides these things? It's quite this is a serious problem. He said, I think, is it? Let me see what he says. Meta scraps. Okay, let me play this so you guys can see.
All around Capitol Hill, they are repositioning, preparing for the incoming president, 14 days out from the Trump inauguration. They're not alone.
Yeah, this is about what Facebook has done now. Meta, that's their current name. They decided not to curate post anymore, whether it is true or false. Let it out there. Anybody can say whatever they like. It's okay. I don't know whether you are free to threaten people. I don't know. What do they mean? Okay, let's hear them. Let's hear them, what they are saying.
Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook and Instagram supremo, also repositioning his social media behemoth politically and physically to prepare for President Trump.
First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes, similar to X, starting in the US.
Spot that deliberate name check for X. Zuckerberg wants Trump and the world to know he's doing an Elon. Musk junked human fact check in place of community notes, user comment, when he turned Twitter into X. And Elon and Donald are besties for now. Physically, there's a move to the south too, as the remaining content oversight teams are ousted from California to Texas, where they do their politics a little differently. Texas is just less biased, says Zuckerberg.
As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams.
Yup, concedes Zuckerberg, there will be more bad stuff, as he put it, on his platforms. But hey, the platforms will be more aligned with the incoming administration, which matters. Zuckerberg needs that to join Trump in attacking EU laws where stricter content controls still apply.
We're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there.
Of course, Zuckerberg has swung the other way before now.
Mr. Zuckerberg, why did it take our whistleblower to force you to testify at all?
After Channel 4 News broke the Cambridge Analytica scandal over data misuse, he went before Congress promising to clean the act up and bring in, guess what, proper human fact-checking. Today, though, the simple question hangs in the air. Would Zuckerberg be doing this if Trump had lost the election? The president-elect welcomed it all, of course, this morning.
I think they've come a long way. Meta, Facebook. I think they've come a long way. I watched it. The man was very impressive. I watched it.
Do you think he's directly responding to the threats that you have made to him in the past?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
And back on Capitol Hill, those preparations, well, making Donald's day great again has just become a little easier for the inauguration by $1 million donation from, yes, Mr. Zuckerberg's Meta.
Well, I'm joined.
So as you can see, the billionaires are deciding now that they are going to decide what we see and what we don't see. This is a very, very, it just shows you that our reality is often created, that is kind of controlled in a way. What we see, what we talk about, because what you see is what you talk about. What you hear about is what you talk about, isn't it? If you don't hear about it, you don't talk about it. Now, they decided that they are going to remove the gates and let everything through so that we hear all kinds of craziness, all kinds of conspiracy theories. God knows where this is going to lead. But all our politics are, what is it that you are talking about? Tonight, I advise you to spend more time in books. To moderate requires understanding of history. You are not helping your followers. Stop being selfish. You see, when we do this, what we do now, everything you said there, you didn't give me one iota of what I said that was wrong, that you disagreed with, and stuff like that. There's nothing there. I think when we criticize people, we should, try to be more a kind of have something to say about that criticism. Don't just make blanket, you are rubbish, you don't know history, you don't do this, you don't do that. Give them constructive criticism. You know what? I do listen to criticisms. Maybe I might dismiss it now, but I do think about it. Like, if you give me a constructive criticism, something that I can fix. You say I should go and read book. What book? What is it that I don't know that you are telling me I don't know? If I go and read the same book that you read, I can bet you what you got from that book is likely to be different from what I got from the book. You see, because what I look out for is different from what you are looking out for. Ovier, we know you now. Ovier likes to look out for the power moves. All the power moves, Ovier likes to look out for them. Look at that. That guy, he's so smart. Look at how the power moves he just made. But I will be looking out from the point of view that, hey, this is what they did. This is why our country is not being fixed. We have to do this to circumvent this knowledge I just learned. So what I pick out from there is, how is that going to help us survive? That is what I pick out from books. And I really encourage everybody, all our people, if you are reading book, nothing is more pertinent to look at from in that book. How is it going to help you survive? How is it going to help you and your children survive into the future? Nothing is more important these days. Because if you have a future that is not guaranteed, you don't have the luxury of doing anything else. Oyibo people, they have that luxury. They are relatively assured. Even if they sometimes act as if they are not, they are relatively assured. But we are not. We don't have that luxury. So if I read any book, what I'm learning from it is, how is that going to help our people do better? How is that going to help our people so that whenever they want to travel, they don't even need to apply for visa. They will get on the plane and travel like other people. How is that going to help our people so that when they go out anywhere, they are not always at the bottom of the totem pole? How is that going to help our people so that when our people are in their own land, minding their own business. Other people are not going to decide that, you know what, this land belongs to us. We are going to carve this one up. We are going to do this one that way. We are going to take this one away for slavery. No, we don't want that. Learn from history. It's not, history is there for a reason. It's for us to learn from it. So if you say I should learn from history, all our politics, that is what I want to learn from history. You see what I mean? This is may your days be long. You too can see through to Nigeria's shallowness and lack of substance. See, you too reason for surface level. I don't know why people say I too reason for surface level. Give me the deep one now. Give me the deep one. That deep one where if I hear it, it's going to mystify me like crazy. I want to hear it too. You see, I'm an open book like that. Give me the deep one. Let me see. I want to type because I think we need to move to Niger sooner or later because I want to finish the stream on Niger so that people can come in without camera on and have their conversations. Let's see. To continue viewing, please join us on yeah. What is he saying now? What are you saying now? Who are your people? Hey, you are my people now. Why? You see, this kind of, you see, when people behave like this, it really hurts my feelings. You just come online and just start saying nasty things to me. I've had a lot of nasty things said to me for the last how many hours? Almost 12 hours. Calm down. You see, are you referring to those who are not selfish? I don't know, zombies. I think zombies or not, I think all our people. As some of our, if you look at it, humanity is all, we are still part of one whole humanity. But before they all recognize that we are all part of one whole humanity and they come and destroy us, we have to prevent them from doing that first. You know, right now, my priority is let's survive first, then we can do humanity later. Because right now, many of them don't see us as the same people. Otherwise, if they see us as part of humanity like them, I think Nigeria will be better off right now. You will not see our people living in some horrible, horrible condition at all. Man, I don't want to think about those things. It's really horrible, some of the way our people live. Please join us on to Niger. This thing. Okay, so the link is there to join us. Also, remember to like and share. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. You just click, like, and then you are off on your merry way. So this matter about censorship, because who decides what we talk about? You can also flip the question from another way and say, who censors what we talk about? Because if you look at what Mike Zuckerberg just did by releasing the fact checking on Facebook, now he's just opened a floodgate of conspiracy theories and downright lies just being publicized online. I tell you this, if you have children, be careful about letting them go on these platforms now. Really be careful about allowing your young ones to go on like Facebook, definitely Twitter, because there's a lot of things out there that will be out there that is not even close to being true at all. Even YouTube, half of YouTube now, all these short videos, they are made up of what they call it, AI generated images, and you see the humongous views that these images have. It shows you human beings are spending so long watching all these images and videos that are not even real. You know, let me read some of the comments. The comments are beginning to come in. Let's see. Let me. I think Elon Musk, he decided now that he too will be curtailing people's speech. It's funny because Mike Zuckerberg is releasing fact checking. Elon Musk is busy censoring some people that he doesn't like. You know, Elon Musk is banning and blocking some people's posts on Twitter. This is crazy. Oh. This is crazy. I think Elon Musk is really going to make billionaires look bad. He's going to make all these cloud oligarchs look bad. Because some of the things he's doing, he's going overboard. He's not moderating it at all. How can you ban people and their posts because you don't like them? I thought it was supposed to be a free speech platform. These oligarchs are going around telling people what to do, and in a way, isn't that what this gentleman did to me today on the other platform where I was talking? He feels like he is in control, so he can censor me, tell me what to say, and out. There is a level of civility that is being lost out there. I understand that the Democrats and this woke crowd, they went too far. They were censoring people like crazy. They were not allowing people to even have their say. Like African Stream now on YouTube has been banned because they dare to post certain things that the West doesn't like. And the accusation is that they are working with Russia. I don't know. They came online and they said that they are not working with Russia. So why are they being penalized for it? So I don't understand some of the things these elites are doing. And I just feel like by the time this Elon Musk business is done, we are going to find out why CEOs don't get into politics the way the Elon Musk is doing. We are going to find out. I don't even know why some people now will not even want to buy his cars anymore. Some of the things that guy is saying, I'm not even sure he's thinking about it. They will not even want to buy his car the way he's behaving now. He's ruining his business. And what if somebody that doesn't like him go and do something to his rocket or something? You know, I don't think CEOs should be behaving like that. Should be that outspoken. And not just, you can be outspoken, you know. It's not like your freedom of speech is curtailed, but don't be so aggressive. Do you know something he said about a British MP, a female MP? He said that the British MP was encouraging genocide or something, or gang raping of, oh no, I think I'm not supposed to say that arrow word. But he was accusing the lady of being a kind of supporter of those things in the UK. And the lady is afraid for her life. That is what Elon Musk is doing. You know, let me see. Elon Musk don't work at X. Stop the propaganda. What do you mean he doesn't work at X? He does have influence over what is going on there. You want me to show you evidence? I don't know, man. OVA, why is it that you just have to disagree with everything for the sake of it? Even if it is true, you don't care. Truth does matter, you know. Let me see if I can find evidence, since it looks like you are doubting me. You are doubting me. Musk ban Musk ban Twitter. Okay, let me see. Musk ban journalists. Okay, let's see. December, Twitter suspension. Oh, let me see. Let me see what are the X suspends journalists after debunking theory. Elon Musk fan account was Musk himself. Okay, now look at this. Let me see if I can get this up there. I'll get this up there now. So look at that. X suspends journalist after debunking theory Musk fan account was Musk himself. So they suspended him after he revealed that the fan that Musk is claiming that he has is actually Musk that is doing it. You know, I have to give it to Musk. You know, he's really a twin of Trump. You know, he's a twin of Trump. He really behaves like Trump. I don't know whether he's mimicking Trump or he is maybe that's what he truly is. I'm not so sure, because he has not really shown this level of, you know, how do I describe it? Incoherence. You know, incoherent. Maybe he has to an extent. Yeah, you have to, you know, you have to admit, maybe he's been like that, you know, with all those cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, you know, things that he did have some, you know, up and down antics. But it looks like he's gone through the roof now. He's just gone through the roof. He's doing it everywhere now. He's attacking people in Europe. He's attacking people in America, South America, everywhere. He's attacking people. Funny enough, the only people I've not had Musk attack is the Chinese, which is interesting. That surprised me a bit. You know, it tells you that the guy, no matter what he's doing, he still knows where his money is. You know, he's not playing around. Again, spend more time in books. Look at that. Spend more time in books. Do you know how many books I read, Mister? This guy, you don't know. Go to tech feudalism. Go to tech feudalism and stop the foolishness you are spewing. What is the foolishness? In short, there's no point reading it. There's no point reading because you don't even go to the point. You just say stuff. You know, I don't know. Should I coin a name for this type of characters that just say stuff without actually getting to the point? I'll find a nice name for it because I think there are quite a lot of people that do that. They want to criticize you, but they don't exactly give you any precise thing that you said that was wrong. You just told me what I said was rubbish and all the rest. I gave you a proof. Where is your own proof for what you are saying? You know, this is why this topic is quite important, and that image of the blindfolded, archetype. You know, deciding how do we decide what to talk about? Because people like Ovie will say, "Oh, don't talk about this stuff," because because no, but there's no reason. Don't talk about it. You are not making sense. That's all they are going to tell you. They don't care about reason. They don't care about truth. All they care about is what they don't like and what they don't like. If they like something, you talk about those things, they will praise you. If they don't like something, you talk about it, they will lambast you. Where is light? Where is truth in all this? I don't think I care too much about much else other than a level of truth in our discourse, because a level of truth is almost like science to an extent. You go for the truth, and because you are going for the truth more often than not, you are more likely to get the reward out of life itself. Life favors truth. It tends to favor it. We don't know how it did it, but life favors the truth. All religions, when they keep telling you about seeking the light, there's a reason why they talk about the light. The light is truth. That's what it simply means. Pansat, I think thank you for joining me. I'm not sure why you joined me today so early. Because thank you for coming in. So what do you make of this discourse? Because originally what triggered this was my presence on a different channel where we're having an interesting conversation with a fellow Nigerian, and somebody that I know on that channel that I used to know that I thought was just normal and relatively an okay guy just came on and insulted us for talking about Nigeria and shut the stuff down and cussed us out. And because yeah, I played this video earlier on. Is just somebody you know him. I think it's Ike Ogiaman. You know him. So he cussed us out there was no moderator in the conversation. So it's not like the moderator was telling us talk about this and we are refusing to talk about it. So we're just having our own conversation while it's like a Sunday morning chilling out, having conversation. It cussed us out. And what that reminded me of, instead of me to just go back and start getting upset about it, I just thought about it from the point of view that I might as well channel it to a positive thing and think about what does that even mean?
Is the albino guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what happened over there, but I believe that your approach to channel into a positive thing is the right approach. It's a mature thing to do. There's no need to let any online activity. You don't know what's going on in his life and stuff like that. Usually, he's an okay guy, though.
Yeah,
But
that's what surprised me.
Yeah, but so is it that serious? What is it? What were you guys arguing about?
No, we didn't even argue. We didn't even argue. Like because he seems to have the back end access to the channel.
Is one man show?
No, not one man. Keizo. So
okay.
He seems to have access to the back end. So we were just having conversation. He was not even there. I think I saw him in the chat once. I didn't notice him, whatever he was saying there. So he just came on the live where we are on and said, "You people are just coming here talking about Nigeria, boring and stupid and something like that, then just shut each other down that we should this to get out. Then on the backstage, just kicked us out at the same time. I'm like,
Okay.
wow,
I got
that
it.
surprised me. Oh.
Yeah, he's not a novice. You know, he has some shows. I looked at some of his shows he's done in the past. I thought one of them was quite interesting. He was doing a lot of shows on physics.
Yeah.
Right. So whatever it is, it might be a gag. It sounds like a gag, right? So it's not like somebody who's new to hosting a show. And I know he is quite generous in supporting some of these Nigerian channels, like One Man Show. He contributes money there. So no matter what it is, so don't let it go to your head. He cannot tell people not to talk about Nigeria, but it is quite boring talking about Nigeria. You know, there's nothing we can actually do.
Then ask us to talk about something else. If you
right.
if you are the moderator, you want to come in and say, okay, you know, we finished the conversation about Nigeria. Can we move on to something else? I would understand. We didn't know. We're just doing our own thing. Nobody was there.
Right.
We're just minding our business.
It might be a gag. So your original thoughts about,
maybe
channel it into something positive. I'm here because you're here this time of the morning. You know what time it is here? It's 6:10 in the morning Pacific time, our time in the United States.
Yeah, let me announce this while you are without your camera. Anybody that is watching, you need to move to 2 Nigeria right now, because we are not supposed to be without our camera on Dr. Damages. So that is the link there. I will give us 2 to 3 minutes and I will end it on Dr. Damages. You need to take the link now, click the link and go to 2 Nigeria. If you have you can see it on the screen there. You can either copy it. And but if you go to the 2 Nigeria page itself, you will see the link there too. If you go to this link, you get there, you see the video, just click the video and you are on again. So you go to either through this link or you go with this other link. So so please go ahead. Sorry about that. I just need to let them know before I end it here.
That's quite all right. So what do you when you think about channeling yourself into a positive energy on a Sunday morning before the damages come on, do you want me to interview you until other people come in here? I want to interview you.
Oh, that's interesting, but it wasn't the topic of discussion though. But you can have a question before that's coming then, or before I move to the other channel. Yeah, go ahead, ask your questions.
Okay, you tend to be very interested in making Africa very strong militarily. Nigeria being the main country, right? But you want Africa to rise up, like the Asians have risen up, the Europeans have risen up, right? So can you take like 2 minutes to actually give me the contours of what you mean by rising up militarily, and how in your ideal situation, how you can accomplish that? How can Africans rise up militarily?
Okay, thank you for that. I think I will start from my reasoning why I want us to be militarily strong. When I say we should be militarily strong, is to serve a specific purpose, to avoid our potential extermination, enslavement, and downright slavery, to prevent that from happening. And I try to learn from history that these things has happened to us relatively not that long ago. And so if one sees that these are the events that has already occurred and it hasn't changed, the dynamics that led to that occurring in the first place hasn't changed, then the question arises, how do you prevent it from happening again? And there is all I've seen so far in the world is that the only way you can prevent that from happening is through strength. And the only way you can express strength in this world, the real strength that I've seen, if I look at what happened to the Jews in the last century, they had economic power, but they ended up in the gas chamber. So economics is not enough, is it? if you look at nations that are weak, like what happened with Iraq, Libya, if you show weakness in this world, you become like the antelope that is about to be fed on by the lion. So, in other words, you have to show strength to be able to survive. And that's the only strength that seems to matter most. That when all the chips are down, is based on your security posture. And often at the top of the chain is your military, intelligence services, and strategic this in defense. Those are the key things that prevents a nation from falling into control of others. And we want to avoid that because, unfortunately for Nigeria, or fortunately for Nigeria, depends on how you look at it, we are a major race in the world. Nigeria matters to a lot of people in the world because they are linked to this geographical location. And there are about 1.4 billion black people in the world. And we are the only group of people, a great race like that, that doesn't have any form of protection in terms of any strategic protection. So you can see why I'm arguing that we have to fix that, because no other group is like that. And we can see that if you are weak, you're going to have a problem on your hands. So that is what informs my reasoning. It's not because I'm just in love with the military. I want military. No, what inspires me is that I don't want our people to die. Period.
Okay, well, that's laudable, right? So now we'll get to the practicalities of it. What you described about a minute ago, which is the dependency theory, with our resources. It's the law that the rule that takes resources flow from periphery, less developed countries to core countries, more developed countries. There's nothing you could do about that. That's just the way it is, unless there are things you do. You have to modernize and stuff like that. But let me look at the practical aspects, because every time you espouse this view, I believe, even today, everybody agrees with you, in varying degrees. Like Omoriye said, yes, I agree with the limited area of this and that, right? So I believe now, so practically now, knowing that you have dependency because we're not as developed, so we depend on other countries. They're going to take your resources right now. So how do you lift off? Are you trying to leapfrog certain stages? You don't want to go through modernization, right? You don't want to go through a linear, traditional way of modernizing and being industrialized economically. So tell me what you think. Let's just say you're made president today, or you're an advisor to a African Union or whatever. So how do you approach it now? Give me, in a short form, in as much, but explain everything, but try to make it very snappy, something that we can digest. Yeah.
Okay.
What do we do?
Okay, in terms of dealing with the problem, I think I would take, I think it's more akin to what Lin Kuan Yew did, to be fair. Because the Lin Kuan Yew approach was not necessarily hostile to anybody. It wasn't hostile to the West, nor China, nor anybody. But his approach was that he wants to build this nation up, and whoever wants to mess with them, they should be prepared. In other words, that poison shrimp policy that he pursued, I think it was a clever idea, because his policy was like, we want to build our country up, and if you feel like you want to mess with us, we are going to mess with you too. So leave us alone, period. And I think if Africa takes that kind of posture to its national security, we are more likely to stand a chance of getting out of the mess we are in. In terms of implementing it on the ground, you want to start with the internal security first. And first, get your guys into the military, get them used to a military culture, of actually defending their own territory. This is something that we've not done. For the life of me, I don't even know how long, whether we were doing it before the Europeans arrived. I'm sure the Benin Kingdom was doing elements of it. I don't know how much they were doing, but in terms of the modern way of defending their nations, African nations are not doing a good job of it at all. So first, you want to increase your manpower in terms of your security services, at least in the context of Nigeria, I would say 1 million in the military, 1 million between the police, customs, secret service, and all the rest of them. You have another 1 million there to secure, to deny all these miscreants, terrorists, and bandits space to operate. And after you do that, you are going to find that the $50 billion, estimated from 10 to $50 billion that Nigeria is losing, will start saving that money. And if you save that money, you can build from there, build your other areas of your economy, including your defenses further from there. So that is my approach to it. And other nations can replicate similar policies.
Okay, let's focus on Nigeria for right now. Okay, so your first initial thing will be to what? Educate the public, go to hearings and try to increase our military, right? In Nigeria, when we're talking about our now, we're talking about Nigeria, because it's obviously that Africa is not united in the sense that you can go tell another country what to do with their military budget or the number of people they have. We haven't gotten there yet, but let's say in the Nigeria's case. So my small question to you now is, let's say we already have 1 million soldiers and a million paramilitary, police and all that, right? What would stop somebody like Tinubu with that kind of power to not go and attack Chad or these countries that are leaving the West African belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
On behalf of France? Let's say he already has that kind of resources, enough military power to attack one of our African countries and go that way. In essence, misuse what you in good faith, you plan something good to defray the Western world from taking our resources, but now you have somebody like Tinubu or some other Nigerian leader who is in the pocket of Western countries. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because he didn't attack Chad because it's probably going to be difficult. Obviously, Northerners don't want him to do that. But if he actually has 1 million military, he has drones, he have aircrafts, he have soldiers, then what? How do you stop Africans from doing what Africans normally would do, which is not to be selfless? They're not altruistic. They're in there for themselves. So you tell me, I want you to look at all the scenarios. Don't look at the rose-colored glasses scenario, right? You built up this military, and it's used to quash activists. It's used to go on adventures in other countries on behalf of these Western people. So how do you stop that?
Sorry, repeat the question in a short way again. Sorry, I missed some part of it.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Here's what I'm saying. We want to bring you to the stage now where maybe the former, let's say Buhari set up, listen to you, and he set up 1 million foot soldiers, right? Infantry and all that. And then 1 million parastatals, right? And bought the equipments. We have tanks, we have aircrafts, right? We have drones, we have military intelligence. And then he leaves office, Tinubu comes in. But France is being evicted from some of these francophonic countries, right? And they get a hold of him and they say, hey, look, we need your help. We want to take over Chad. So now all the stuff that you built up, because you leapfrog the stages that you need to. You didn't go linear where you have strong institutions. Let's say he wants to go on a military adventure and the National Assembly say no. And then they debate it and they veto his plans. Do you understand what I mean? You didn't go through all that. You just, because you don't want to hear any of those. You just want to build up the military. So I now want you to take your time to explain, how do you guard against military adventurism by dictators and people who are not as patriotic as you, right? There's no institutions to guide them to do the right thing, which is what you want. That's what I want, right? But we didn't pick this